Behavioral Neuroscience, Chapter 12, Segment 3. Changes in the sequence of sexual differentiation resulted in predictable changes in development. Turner's syndrome is an apparent female has underdeveloped but recognizable ovaries, embryos with single X chromosomes. People with XX chromosomes have well-formed ovaries but are exposed to androgens in utero and may be masculinized. Congenital adrenal hyperplasia, CAH, can cause developing female to be exposed to excess androgens before birth. The adrenal gland fails to produce sufficient corticosteroids, instead produces androgens. In XX individual, the androgen levels produced are intermediate between those of normal females and males, and the baby has an intersex appearance. Intersex is an atypical genital development and sexual differentiation. Once they are born, the excess adrenal production can be corrected by the sexual differentiation has already occurred. The best course of action of CAH girls is immediate surgical modification, or they can wait until later in life and decide on their own. Dysfunctional androgen receptors can block male masculinization. Androgen insensitivity syndrome is a mutation of the androgen receptor gene that renders tissues insensitive to androtic hormones like testosterone. It's dysfunctional in the XY chromosome individuals. The wolfen duck fails to sense testosterone and regresses the external genital tissue like the labia and the clitoris. At puberty, the women grow breasts, and the development depends on the ratio of estrogenic to androgenic stimulation, which is really high. They fail to start menstruation and remain infertile due to the lack of ovaries and a uterus. Some people seem to change sex at puberty. So some babies have high, rare genetic mutation that disables the enzyme 5-delta reductase that converts testosterone to DHT. An XY individual will develop testes and normal male internal organs, but external genitalia will fail to masculinize fully. The genital epithelium is unable to amplify the androgenic signal by converting testosterone to DHT. Huevedoses are eggs at 12 in Spanish, a nickname created in the village in DR for individuals who are raised as girls but at puberty change appearance and begin behaving as boys. How should we define gender? By genes, gonads, genitals, or the brain? There is evidence that the same hormones that masculinize the genitalia of male animals in utero also masculinize the brain to affect later behavior. There are structural sex differences in the brain of humans and animals. We have to study the structures of the brain to determine male or female, because individuals may be masculine in some traits and feminine in others. Gonadal hormones direct sexual differentiation in the brain and behavior. The organizational effect is a permanent alteration of the nervous system, a permanent change in behavior resulting from the action of a steroid hormone on an animal early in its development. Only present during the sensitive period, which is a period in development which an organism can be permanently altered by an experiment or treatment. Androgens given just after birth in the neonatal period can later affect behavior. Puberty can't be viewed as a second sensitive period. Early testicular secretions result in masculine behavior in adulthood. The organizational hypothesis provides an unitary explanation for sexual differences, that a single steroid signal diffuses through all tissues, masculinizing the body, the brain, and behavior. The nervous system is another type of tissue listening to the androtic signal. Full masculine behavior requires androgens both in development and in adulthood. The estrogenic metabolizes of testosterone masculinize the nervous system and behavior of rodents. Aromatization is the chemical reaction that converts testosterone to estradiol and other androgens to estrogens. Aromatase is the enzyme that converts many androgens into estrogens. The aromatization hypothesis is when testicular androgens enter the brain and are converted there into estrogens to masculinize the developing nervous system of some rodents. There's a blood protein called delta theta protein which binds estrogen and prevents them from entering the brain. In box 12-1, the paradoxical sexual differentiation of the spotted hyena. Scientists believe that there The spotted hyena are hermaphrodites, which means they are both male and female. There's mistakes that were made at birth. Females have a clitoris that is as large as male penis, through which she urinates, receives semen, and gives birth. Females are larger, more aggressive, and socially dominant. The mother has high levels of androgen and gesterone, which the placenta fails to convert to estrogens. The fetus is exposed to high concentration of androgens, which accounts for the female's masculine appearance. Several regions of the nervous system differ between males and females. Male and female brains are different, and according to the organizational hypothesis, the difference results from androtic masculinization of the developing brain. Darwin coined the term sexual dimorphism to describe the condition in which males and females show pronounced sex differences in appearance. Song control regions in male songbirds. Male canaries and zebra finches produce elaborate songs to attract their mates, and females do not. The brain nuclei controlling songs are 5 to 6 times larger in males than females. The robutus architrulicum controls the syrinx, which is the vocal organ in these birds. Their preoptic area of rats. Sexually dimorphic nucleus of the preoptic area, which is called SDN-POA. It's a region of the preoptic area that is 5 to 6 times larger in volume in male rats than in females. It confirms the aromatization hypothesis.